No. Okay, you're on.
I'm on? Hey. It's my very first Facebook Live video doing this. I wanted to put it together because I've had a few people ask me and say, hey, you know, it seems complicated, overwhelmed to do the keto lifestyle. I like to call it lifestyle, not diet. It's changed the way I feel. It's not for everyone, I was told today, so I'm giving that disclosure. If you want to change your diet, definitely go and see your doctor or nutritionist. So, what I thought I would do is start by explaining the different kinds of keto. It's basically what keto is puts your body in ketosis, that you'll burn fat. You do low carbohydrate, moderate protein, and high fats, but good fats. And I'll show you about what all those mean and what's a carbohydrate, what's a fat, and all of that. At any point in time, if you're live, just give me a thumbs up down at the bottom, say live, or whatever you want to do. Just let me know you're live. If it's a replay, let me know, hashtag replay at the bottom. All right, so there are 4 kinds that I know about. One of them is strict keto. That is where you are rigid, you have an app, you download it, you put everything on there that you do. So if you eat pink salmon, then you're going to scan this barcode or put this information in, and you're going to know exactly how many carbs you eat, exactly how many grams of protein, and exactly how many grams of fat. So strict keto keeps it, I think, pretty heavy duty. And usually it'll give you those individual parameters. I'm not going to get into a whole lot of carb as far as net and gross. I'll cover that briefly. But with strict keto, usually they do gross carbs. So when you look and it says total carbs, that's what strict keto. Thank you, Christopher's recording for me. So you'll hear him whisper from time to time. So wherever it says total carbs, that's what they count. And generally they keep it around 20 grams or less. Then you have what's called moderate keto. I don't really follow that, but for moderate keto, generally it's 50 grams of carbohydrates or less. In other words, you've cut out a lot of the big carbohydrates, and I'll be right back, hold on. Okay, so like a regular bag of potato chips, the carbohydrates in this is 15 grams of carbohydrates for about 9 chips. So this would be one of the foods you really don't want to grab. So instead of chips, what's recommended is I've got a few other things that are snacky that I'll show you. So that for right now, we're going to say that's high carb. We want to stay away from that. Potatoes, stuff like that. The next thing is lazy keto. That's what I do. So I'm lazy. I like doing lazy keto because I can't stand the count. I can't stand, oh, you got to have this many carbs. I need to scan this. I need to do that. That's just too much work for me. It's more like a diet. For me, this is just making better choices every day and putting good stuff in my body instead of bad stuff, instead of junk. Then you have dirty keto. I am a dirty, lazy keto person. So for those of you who are dirty and lazy, you're right in my avenue. Dirty keto is going to be this. Okay, so this is shredded cheese in a bag. That's considered dirty keto. Whereas the strict ketos are more like this. Because you're going to have a little bit more carbs in this. Let's see. With this cheese, it's 1 gram of carbohydrates for 1/3 of a cup. And this is less than 1 gram for 1 ounce. So this is supposed to be the better choice. But I don't have time to always shred. I like to just cut this up and eat little chunks of it for a little snack.
Explain what dirty keto is.
All right, so dirty keto, what that means between here and here is obviously this is a little more processed. So dirty keto is this. Basically, it comes in a package. So that's what they tend to say. Stay away from. All right. Just try not to drop those. So there you have it. Strict keto, which is 20 grams or less. Lazy keto, I try to stay within 20-ish, but I don't generally measure it. What I do is everything that I eat, I look and I try to stay within a couple carbs or 0. You got to know what's the 0 carbs because that, you know, you're a little more flexible with that. And I'll go over some of that. So strict keto, lazy keto, moderate keto, and dirty keto. There's other lifestyles that are out there. Basically, if you want to make a change to your life and just do whole type foods, there's AIP, what is it? Paleo, what is it? Paleo. So there's a couple other ways, but I do lazy, dirty keto. So I don't have time for all that stuff. So what I thought I'd do is I went to the store today, and these are just a few things that I got, and I'd show you what can you eat. I know there's lists out there, and they're just a pain. Seeing it for yourself is the thing. So just a few staple items. We talked about high fat. So what I'm going to show you first of all is what is a good fat. So with this, you are at a higher percentage. Most of your intake, let's see, you want it to be, let me give you the right numbers here. Most of your intake, you want it to be fat. So you want to get about 75% of your calories from fat, 15 to 30% from protein, and 5 to 10% from carbs. So you want the carbs to be the lowest one. So that's your goal there. So to get those fats and the good fats, we have avocados. And you're saying, oh man, avocados have a lot of carbs. But they're good carbs and they're good fats. So avocados, if you have an amazing avocado recipe, drop it down in the comments and give me a big funny emoji. Maybe there's an olive emoji. So speaking of olives, we also have these olives. They are a total of 0 carbs. I love olives. They're a good snack. They're good to put in salads. They're good to put in, like if you're making a chicken salad or you're making a tossed salad, they're excellent for that. And yes, you can have salads. Then you have jumbo black olives. These are the ones at great value we get from Walmart. Both are great value. I like saving money. I'm not promoting Walmart. I'm not getting paid by anyone to promote anything today, but it's just what works for me. These are 0 carbohydrates as well. So you can make dips. You can do what I did when I made my own spaghetti sauce. I ground these up really fine with one of those
immersion blenders.
Thank you, immersion blenders, and did that and some tomatoes, and it was absolutely fabulous.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good. Speaking of tomato sauce, because it takes a lot of time to make my own, this is dirty keto again, but Rayo's homemade marinara sauce.
Show them close.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
And the label. I'm going to read you that. It has 4 grams of total carbohydrates for a half cup. So, not bad at all.
Go get the other one and show them the difference. I think they got one in the cabinet at the bottom.
Oh, I know the other one is off the chain. I'm not going to waste our time with that.
Okay.
So, you can actually take that and you can have pepperoni. Let's see how many carbs your pepperonis are. 0 carbs for pepperoni. So, this is a 0 item. Cheddar cheese, less than 1. So, you can actually take these items. You can build the cheese, build yourself a little cheese pizza. So, on a pan, you're going to put your cheese, your pepperoni, put a little sauce on there, get crazy with it, whatever you want to do, and that's a nice little snack. So there's that. Now we're going to talk about, still we can use these, but for those of you who like a little something spicy, we're going to get there. Okay, so these are some things I'm pulling out. What I have is this little taco seasoning. You can make tacos, and you can actually make the shells out of cheese. Just Google cheese shell tacos. Low carb.
I'll share it on the page.
Okay, Christopher will share it on the page. So, and by the way, if you're not a member of my local page, Christopher commented on the title of it. What's the name of it again?
I think it's Lifestyle. I'll have to comment afterwards.
It's Quick Start Keto Lifestyle. We do recipes, motivation stuff. Anything you can share, like where you're at and what you've done, and
share recipes, share progress.
And you see, I'm still thick, but I'm coming a long way.
And if you have any questions about the Keto OS shakes or anything, contact us in Messenger.
I do those, but I didn't start out doing those. I just started out with the keto lifestyle. I am not here for anything other than to tell you that it works. Works for me. So the taco stuff, 3 grams of carbohydrates, and that's for 2 teaspoons. So I'm not going to really use a lot of that. So if I make taco seasoning, I'm going to take my hamburger meat, which is 0. I'm going to brown it up, put some taco seasoning in it, and I don't need much. And then I have here some mild salsa you can use, which is 1 carb for 2 tablespoons. Great value again, and it is organic. Then we have banana peppers, 0 carbs. Check each one that you buy, because some of them do have some carbs. And if you want to put some of the diced tomatoes in there, you can do that. Just be sparingly. That's 5 grams, but it's for a half cup. So that's petite. And this was my good little find today. Taco Bell quit serving verde sauce, which is super, super sad, but ta-da! Here we have it. And it is 2 tablespoons for 2 grams. Love verde sauce.
And Texas Pete hot sauce.
Texas Pete hot sauce. If you like things spicy, that's good. The bell peppers. That's another find that I found today. And I'm going to make stuffed peppers with this. Again, you can use your hamburger meat or sausage. Brown that up. Top it with some, and you can put the taco seasoning in it, or you can put chili mix seasoning. That's also fairly low. Mix it up. Pop it in these little babies. Put some cheese on top, and yum. Super good. Also, I have dill relish. 0 carbs. You can use this to make egg salad. Egg salad's great. You can make, there's no carbs in the eggs, the mayonnaise, the dill, and whatever other things you want to put in there. Pickles also. The pickle juice is great. They have electrolytes, so you really want to get some electrolytes in. So, now, let's get over. There's lots. I'm just going to show you a few other staple items that I got. For those of you who like a little bit of Asian flavor, so we're going to move from Mexican to Asian.
Oh, Vicky's
kimchi.
watching.
Hey, Vicky. Kimchi. If you have questions along the way, just pop a question at the bottom. Kimchi is Korean marinated cabbage. The marinade is really good for you. We got the taco. Pink salmon. If you like pink salmon, this was a buck at Walmart, chicken and sea pack. It's good to take for lunches and things like that. Of course, you can put the mayonnaise in it and make it a salad. I know Vicky loves okra, right, Vicky? Okra. I love pickled okra. This one is 1 carb for 2 pieces. So if you like a little bit of okra. So there's just a little bit of variety things that I found. Guacamole mix. Also have that for avocado lovers. The mild chili seasoning. That's also another thing. And a dip for spinach. So you're like,
She said that's pronounced kimchi.
Kimchi. Thank you. What did I say? What how did I say it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I thought I said kimchi. I should be able to look. It says Kim, like the name, and chi. Maybe I said Kim Chai. I don't know. Thank you, Vicky. Keep me on track. Spinach dip. And then you're like, well, what am I going to dip in dip? You know? So,
Pork rinds. Bring them things out.
Pork rinds. Pork rinds is another staple. They're crunchy. They're tasty. No one's paying me to put a plug in, but Music Man Barbecue in Moult's Corner, if you go there and you ask them, they will make you up a bag of fresh ones. They're the large ones, though, not the little ones. And we have Max here. They're crackling curls. This is dipper style. I like getting the little ones from the service station, the little hard crunchy ones. Also at the service station, a nice stop by is they have the individually wrapped snap pickles, the little pickle pieces. They are amazing. So if you haven't tried those and you like pickles, they're a good go-to snack.
Hey, Lindy.
Hey, Lindy. They're a good go-to snack. And cheese is always too. So this is another one. So I just got different flavors, and you get those at Walmart. Everything pretty much here I got from Walmart. So then besides that, we also have wisps. I've heard about wisps. And I went and I looked down the chip aisle. Where wisp? Could not find them at Walmart. Well, my friends in the groups, which if you're not a member of a group, it's so much easier if you have other people. So I've joined several keto groups. You can search for keto groups. Join mine. There's other people that can share ones. Meg is in my group, and she's amazing. She's lost a ton of weight doing this and feels great. But wisps, they are really, really good. We actually open this one, which is the cheddar. This is cheddar cheese, Parmesan cheese. We have bacon barbecue, Asiago, and pepper jack. And they vary, like this one's 1 gram for half a bag. And this one is 2 grams. So that is for half a bag. So just to give you an idea, since we already opened this one, I'll let you know what they look like. And they're good little dippers. And you can also take them and make nachos with them. You can do that with the pork skins too. So you just take them and get them and pile them on with lettuce, tomato, whatever you like on your nachos. And see, they're just like little thin, crispy, crunchy. Good stuff. This is my bag, by the way, so I'm allowed to put that piece in there. No one's allowed to touch that bag. Okay, so now we'll get over to some meats. For those of you who like crab legs, yay. Crab meat in a can. It's like $1.50. I got that. But for those of you who really like crab legs, I bought these today. Now, I went to Palmetto Seafood in Melt's Corner. Grew up with Tansy and Bleeze. Soretta was over there. And these look pretty good. These, I think, are the ones that were $13.99 a pound, but amazing. So I'm going to pop these in the fridge real quick. Give me a minute. That's tomorrow night's dinner.
Are we doing that tomorrow?
Yes.
Thank God.
Okay, so then, of course, we went over the ground beef, which I'm also going to put in the fridge.
I like the ground beef because we can do so many things with it, like
yes,
meatballs.
you can do all kinds of things with ground beef. It's super, super great. You also have ground sausage. That would be good, and the bell peppers as well. Now, a few other things for those of you who like pork. Bacon. I love bacon. I'll make eggs. Christy taught me a little egg recipe for those of you who know her. Fry some bacon, fry an egg, and then you put some spinach over it. Spinach, yes, it's something you can definitely have. I just knocked myself in. You can have spinach. You can have spinach in the spinach dip. You can have spinach just out there. You can have it in your salad. You can have it in your eggs in the morning. These I found. These are, I paid $2.64 for those pork steaks and sausage. You have to be careful with certain sausages. You always have to look. Total carbs 1. But if you get into like kielbasa and smoked sausage, things like that, you're going to end up with a little bit more carbs than what you planned. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. These. Johnsonville beef with cheddar. They're amazingly good, but for each one, they're 2 grams of carbohydrates. So, again, dirty keto. I will tell you about meatballs. Meatballs are wonderful, super, super great, but I do not recommend buying them already made in the frozen section because it calculates out to be about 1 gram per meatball. For those of you who can throw down a few more than 5 or 6 meatballs, those really add up. So I say for meatballs, make your own. Save yourself some carbs. Crab meat, you can make crab dip, which is amazing. And you can use the wisps as dippers as well. Also,
be careful with that imitation crab meat though, because
imitation, right? Imitation crab meat has a lot of little hidden carbs, and the hidden carbs is what you need to watch out for. So the imitation crab meat, you're looking at 5 or 6, maybe. You know,
the one in the fridge has 11.
11. So yeah, I don't eat imitation crab ones at all. Eggs are wonderful. They are truly the incredible edible egg. You can eat eggs any way you want. Don't overdo it, because people, the first go-to is way back in the day when I did Atkins, I didn't want to see another egg forever. But you can take eggs and boil the eggs. You can put them in beet juice, make them the pickled eggs at home and put them in a jar. Regular boiled eggs, they're good go food. Scrambled eggs, fried eggs, eggs and cheesecake eggs. Eggs are huge and wonderful, wonderful.
And like for breakfast, you can do like a boiled egg and cheese and stuff like that.
Yes. So
my breakfast most of the time is either that sausage and bacon and eggs.
Right. Those are fantastic. So we're going to talk about milk lovers and dairy. Since we're talking about cheese, cheese is wonderful. You can do all kinds of cheese. Some people, though, are sensitive to dairy. So if you're one of those people,
lactose intolerant.
Yeah, you want to, well, not just lactose intolerant, but some people are sensitive to dairy products, and it might stall their weight loss. Also, diet drinks, they discourage Diet Cokes and things like that. And you know, a good substitute might be one of these.
Ice and a Clear American. Get
Clear
those at
American
Walmart.
Ice, yeah, they're under $1, like 77 cents, something like that. Heavy whipping cream, great in your coffee. Carbs are pretty low, 1 gram of carb. So you don't really want to do any more than 4 tablespoons a day, no matter how you slice it. But if you're a milk drinker, you could take a little bit of this and a little bit of this, and it gives it a better consistency. Coconut milk, or they also have almond milk. So these are really good buys.
Hey, whenever I do that ice cream, I might do it on your, I might make a video.
Okay. I'm going to show you pickled eggs. So for those of you who love pickled eggs, I put it right in with the beets. And there you have it. And actually what I do is I take the beet juice, a little bit of vinegar. You can use apple cider vinegar or regular. This was like $1 at Walmart for the apple cider. Vinegar is your friend. It's good for you. And I love it on the eggs. Also, because vinegar has great uses, Another good use for it is cucumbers. I like these cucumbers in particular just because they're small, they're handy, they got a resealable bag, and I like to eat the skins because I think it's better for you, but and they taste good. So you can eat however many cucumbers you can hold.
Pickles are good too.
Yes, cucumbers and pickles, they are your friends. 2 grams of carbohydrates for these in particular, per 85 grams. I hate when they do that. So 85 grams. You have to have a scale. I bought a scale, but I don't have it with me here tonight. The other thing, lettuce. So this is a new lettuce I'm trying out. It's butter lettuce.
Oh, I've never
heard of that. If you tried butter lettuce and you like it, then drop me a comment down at the bottom. We also have French beans. This is market side brand. Got these at Walmart. And it says 3 minutes, microwave in the bag, ready in minutes. This is by far, this is dirty keto. It's already packaged up, but it's only 4 grams of carbohydrates. So if I were to calculate, I talked about net grams and total grams earlier. Vegetables are a good thing to look at that on. So these, for a half a cup of them, are a total carbohydrate of 4 grams. But then it has 2 dietary fiber. So you would subtract the 2 out to get a net grams of 2 grams. Now, also, they say sugar alcohols can be deducted out as well. So,
we don't mess with net carbs, though.
Yeah, I really don't. I really don't. That's not something I'm concerned about. This is 3 grams of carbohydrates. It's guacamole.
For how much does it say?
So that is for 2 tablespoons. That's a pretty good bit. So what do you do with it? Okay, so you can make it in a salad in place of using mayonnaise. You can use this. You can make your own. This is dirty keto, whereas if you get it yourself and make it yourself, that's more strict keto or moderate keto. So there's that. And a few things I haven't tried. This is one thing I haven't tried. For those of you who really feel like you got to have pasta. Hold on 1 second. So, for some of us, we have to have pasta. I'm really not missing the pasta and the potatoes much. Potato substitutes, good ones are, you can find in the frozen section, or you can get a little grinder yourself to make rice-looking cauliflower. Cauliflower, you can make like a mashed potato, a twice-baked potato-looking thing. So you can do all kinds of different things with that. But I bought these today. They're veggie spirals. So I've heard they're great. You can use it as a pasta substitute.
What are the carbs in that?
Oh, the carbs in this are 2 grams for 3/4 of a cup. And that's total carbs. So if you have the 1 dietary fiber, you can subtract out. So excellent low carb.
How do you make those? Does it say on the back? Do you just put that in the microwave?
It says, open the package. You can do them on the stove top or microwave.
Okay, it's just.
So you can do, like, you can just set it in the microwave like this and just microwave it. It's 100% zucchini and no sauce or seasonings in here. But I tell you what kind of sauce you could use, which brings me to this. I like unsalted butter and cream cheese, great value. Again, this is like $2, maybe less. The butter's like $2, somewhere around there. So this would last you a week without a problem. But you could take this and make an Alfredo with it. And mix a little bit of the heavy whipping cream in.
Parmesan cheese.
Parmesan cheese, regular cheese, mozzarella, whatever you want to do. And then this is another pasta. Of course, then you could put some shrimp or ground beef or whatever you want in there. This is called Pasta Zero. First time I've seen this. I have heard about it.
It's like a shirataki noodle. That's what they call it, shirataki.
I think that's a mushroom. But yes, it's a shirataki spaghetti. And the total carbs are 4, but dietary fibers are 3. So that would make it 1 net carb for 2/3 of a cup. So you could have either one of these.
Isn't it 4 for the whole thing?
There's 2 containers. So there's 2 servings. So there's 2 servings in this bag.
Okay, so that's like 8 total.
Yeah, if you're really missing pasta, it's good. You could put some of the spinach in with your Alfredo or some of your broccoli.
Or you could use that sauce you have over there, the marinara sauce.
Yes, the marinara sauce, most definitely. That was amazing. For dressings, when you eat your salad, do not do fat-free, low-fat, light, nothing like that. You want to do straight up. Again, great value. I think I'm representing Walmart well today. This is the classic ranch for 2 tablespoons. it's 1 gram of carbs.
And guys, if you want to, you can get that ranch packets, and instead of making it with sour cream, you can do it in mayonnaise and be less carbs.
Yes, I actually do have the packets at home, and you could use those packets for seasoning, for, you know, like bacon chicken. Chicken's another thing. I bought wings. Wings are super excellent. Bake them, fry them, whatever. And then say you want to have, well, I'll get to that. So this is also another dressing. This is olive oil vinaigrettes. I find olive oil is the best oil to use for you. Or you could use avocado oil as well. I've heard that's good. Total carbs is 1. So your carbs are about the same, but if you're kind of wanting to keep your calories down, this is 130 versus 45 here. Some people say calories don't matter, but I'm not an expert on everything, so I'm just giving you what information I have. Any kind of fish, any kind of like flounder, mahi-mahi, tilapia, whatever you got, it works good. Works well. So, parchment paper, let's talk about that, and cheese. Or if you're making a dish in the oven. So you could take this, stretch it out, and say you take this cheese, you can slice it up into teeny tiny little flat pieces. And if you bake them, they turn out to be like these. So that's a good thing. You can fry cheese. So you could even take the shredded mozzarella, put it in little blobs on your skillet, cook it kind of low, and then just as you think you're cooking it a little too long, just flip it over, and it is really crispy, crunchy on the outside, and on the inside nice and gooey. But you want to make them thin. On the parchment paper, if you want to lay it out to bake, I've seen people do avocado cookies, peanut butter cookies, cheese, all kinds of good things for that. So let's talk about sweeteners. From what I understand, you want to stay with more of your natural ones. There's all kinds of stuff out there. I use 2 different kinds. This is the one I just bought today.
Stevia.
This is stevia, but it's organic, great value. And is a pack of 200, and it was $10 for it, but it's 200 packs. I'm not going to use 200 packs. So 1 packet equals 2 teaspoons of sugar. So it's basically, if you were using Splenda, I use 1 pack. It tastes like 1. So for me, if I got a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, I'm going to use half of this, what I would the other. The Pyure, I think it is, Pyure. It has a bit of an aftertaste in coffee. Not in coffee. In coffee, it's great. But in, what is it? In tea. I don't like the way it tastes too much in tea. But you can get the ground one, you get the pack ones, however you want it. Another little good snack, almonds, nuts. You want to stay with peanuts a little bit. You can do peanut butter, but get the natural one, look for the lowest carb. I bought these are a little bit pricey, but I like putting these in making cheesecakes. Again, the cream cheese is good for that. And then these are good for little snacks. Or you can get the whole almonds for snacks. This was only $5 for this one. You also have pecans.
Be careful with nuts.
Yes, be careful snacking on these because they can get away from you. So that's where you want to weigh things out on your thing and say, I want to know exactly how much an ounce of these are, or half an ounce. So you don't just want to sit and do the whole can, because this is macadamias. I love them. But they're a little pricey, but they're delicious. So carbohydrates is 4 grams, 2 dietary fibers that make 2 net grams. For a quarter of a cup, let's see, for this whole can, if you sit down, this is 4.5 servings for this whole can. So those can add up if you're staying under 20 grams. Lazy keto is, and dirty keto for me is, I like to say under 20 grams if possible. These are nice to put on top of.
It's a lot of almonds.
It is almonds.
Almonds.
I like to put these on top of like my cheesecake or make my crust with pecans or almonds. And then let's talk about almonds. This is almond flour. It's a little pricey, but well worth it. You can use this for many things. I have a friend of mine that uses it to substitute their grits and make it as a grits. And I'll try and see if I can get Scott to drop that recipe of how he does that on there. It has the similar consistency. But you could also take this or coconut flour. We
made cookies with the almond flour once.
Yep, we made cookies with them. It's really a versatile. But it's a small bag, $11, but you don't use as much as you would regular flour. So say you want to have fried shrimp or fried chicken, you could use these two. They're good for baking, they're good for frying. Also, another thing that people can use these pork skins for, you can use them as croutons on your salad, Thanks to Christopher's idea. You can use them as little fillings for casseroles, for a little crunch. And there's lots of different uses there as well. You could also crunch them up and roll your chicken or whatever and use it as a breading as well. So these you can also use to make your bottom crust instead of a graham cracker crust. What I use is I'll use some almond flour, a little bit of crushed pecans or almonds, just pick one, and I just mix it with butter. And I mix it up, put it on there. I'll add 4 eggs, pack of cream cheese, pack of butter, some vanilla flavoring, which has no carbs. Mix it up, mix those up first, and some sugar. And I bake it. It's delicious. If you want a recipe for that, comment down below. I'll get that to you and post it. And let me think. I think that's my full haul. Did I go over everything? Salads. You can have salads. Lettuce, cucumber. Be easy on the tomatoes. You have lots of cucumber. Anything that grows above the ground as far as vegetables are best on this. The green leafy ones.
But they're not perfectly zero.
They're not perfectly zero, no. You want to have balance. No matter what you do, if you balance things out, if you want to have balance. Being extreme kind of, you know, is a little more difficult. Coffee. I love coffee. You hear people talk about bulletproof coffee. Some people, that means you take regular coffee, heavy whipping cream, sweetener, and butter. They'll melt butter in it. And it's actually really, really good. It's to get fats. I don't do that anymore because I kind of want to keep my fats down just a little bit because I think they were a little high before. We also have some people who take it's a powdered cream, not regular ones on the shelf, but I can get you information on that if you want it. And they take it and it's full of protein and it's good with low carb. So.
Oh, what I wanted to say was that Jello in there, sugar free.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Now.
Hey, Katie.
Strict keto may or may not include this. For those of you who are interested, this is Raymundo's.
It's at Walmart.
Batches. This is in Walmart. You can get little cups of Jello if you really need a little Jello fix. What are these?
It's I think it's
carbs?
0 carbs.
0 carbs.
0 or 2.
And they also have the creamy looking one. You know, like it looks a little milky.
It's like got parfait, I think, in it.
Some kind of chunks of fruit, and it's pretty good too.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's a parfait.
You can add a little whipped cream on top. That's like 1 gram for a tablespoon, or 2 for awesome. 2 tablespoons. I can't remember.
Everyone loves this stuff. So you can put.
Show them how much is in it. How much carbs.
Oh, so you have 1 gram of fat, 1 gram of carbs, no protein. So you can
for how many tablespoons?
2.
Yeah, so that was pretty good.
Yeah, and you can put this on top of your coffee for. I like it like a nice little dessert treat. It's pretty good. Stuff like lemon juice, mustard. Those are good things to keep on hand to have. I like cheese, string cheese. I'll take it and I'll put it in a plate and I'll melt it in the microwave until it's so real crisp on the edge. That's a good snack. I'm going to try and get some videos together for more recipes and maybe put some of this food together while y'all watch me. There are fathead dough pizzas, no carb pizza recipe. There's
ice cream.
There's lots of options. So if you're like, I need a substitute for this or that, comment down below. I'll see what I can find for you. And have fun.
Some things.
It's not a chore.
I did read about be wary of some sugar-free things.
Yes.
There's this ingredient, I can't remember what it is, to watch out for. But it says be careful of some sugar-free things because that can make and slow your ketosis or something like that.
Right. So you want to kind of stevia, or there's a couple others that are recommended. If you know, just pop down below what you use. But you want to stay away from like Sweet and Low and Diet Coke and those kind of products. So this concludes all of my stuff that I bought. If this was helpful to you, please share with someone else that is either in a low-carb keto group, or your friends, or someone who's just starting out and needs a little help. Sharing is caring. If you shared it, drop below that you shared, and I'd appreciate it. Love you much for it. And I think that about covers it. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'd be glad to answer them. Y'all have a good night.